Hey loves, welcome back to Nail by Dye, and today I'm going to be showing you how I do nails with forms, and that's my first nail that I did with the form, but that's before I started recording. Here are the forms I use. I just take it off, take the little part and stick it on the back of the form for more support or sturdiness, and I just kind of roll it to my desired liking as far as how I would like the nail to be. Put it around the nail and then just make sure I have it moved where I would like it before I stick the sides together. Once I have it to how I would like, just stick the bottom and then I go up and pinch the top of it. And it should be pretty sturdy and don't move. And then I go in with my first bead. I do drain it out because when I go in with that first bead, I don't want it to be running it out. I want to be able to form the nail free edge how I like it as far as the shape and the length. And that's why you don't want to go in with a very wet bead once you're forming the free edge. And as you can see, it's real easy for me to form that shape and get it to the length of my desired liking. I did take it to the medium length size just to keep it pretty basic. I don't mind making another video of doing more longer ones. Just leave me a comment in the down below and let me know. And I go in with my second bead. And you do still want to do the same bead method or method that you use to lay your acrylic when you're working with forms. The only thing is you're just using a form. You're not using the tip. But you definitely want to still use the same method, which I do. I use my 3 bead method and go in wherever I know I need acrylic after that. But you still do the 3 bead method and you still just, I know I always just take a little bit more time to shape up the sides and just kind of shape it to the shape that I would like before I go in with another bead, just so I won't have to do as much filing. And right now I'm just trying to, get that, free edge, ledge part to the, just the desired shape that I want. So I won't have to go in with so much. So I won't have to go in with my hand foul so much. And then I'm going in with my last bead closer to the cuticle and then just working it on down. And as you can see, the nail looks, it's formed pretty good. Looks, pretty good. And all I'm going to have to do is just look at it and make sure it looks how I want it to look. And then I can go on to the next step. And right there, I'm just going in and with another bead at the bottom because I didn't like the way it looked. But I honestly feel like I might have made the nail a little bit too thick. And that's one thing you got to consider is how thick you're putting on that acrylic. Because you don't have the tip to kind of be your guide. Is what you put down has to be your guide on how much acrylic. So I use a little bit too much, and that makes you have to foul more in the end. I'm just checking the nail, making sure it looks how I would like it to look. And it's smooth and, not bumpy and lumpy. And again, I will go on the record and say I did use a little bit too much acrylic. But one thing about acrylic nails or any enhancements is if you put more, you can file it down. Versus if you put less, it's going to look bad and you're going to have to basically go back in and add more. So I'd rather put a little bit more and file it down than don't put enough and they break off or they just don't look good at all. And you see how thick that is? I was just checking to make sure I was okay with how it looks. And I don't have a pincher, and that's okay if you don't. You just go in and pinch the size to your desired liking as far as if you want them to have a little natural C curve. And they really didn't pinch much because the acrylic was very thick. It was not even pinchable almost. And then when the acrylic is dry, you just pull off the form the same way you put it on. And voila, you got a nail done with a form. And a lot of times you will have the acrylic at the bottom. Just go in and file it and it'll be the same thing as a tip. Thanks for watching.